Hi, this is Ed Hinkle with TotalView Technologies. Today I'd like to give you a quick review of MPI debugging with the TotalView debugger. There's a couple of ways that you can start up your MPI program under TotalView. One of the simplest is to use the graphical user interface New Program window. In addition to setting up your regular programs, you select the Parallel tab, which allows you to select the system of your choice, the MPI selection, enter the number of tasks, and then optionally the number of nodes, as well as any starter arguments. You can also start up TotalView with what we call the Classic Launch. This allows you to use the command line interface to start up your programs. And typically there's a manager program that's used, like MPI run, srun, etc., which is used in the command to start up TotalView. In this case, you're starting up with the manager process and not the MPI executable. And then in the case where there is no manager process, then the starter is a script that you're going to use using the -tv option. And TotalView uses RSH by default, but this can easily be changed with the set n command to SSH. The actual parameters used to start up MPI with TotalView differ from platform to platform. This is a brief list showing you examples of how they may be started with each of them. Please reference our documentation for further details. You can also attach multiple core files to TotalView in a single command line, allowing you to debug all of these in one single debug session. When you're running a debug session with MPI, it's important to note that there's a number of ways that you can monitor the status of your program. The highest level of information that's available to you is at the root window, which always shows you the information about all of the processes and threads, including the status information, which is color-coded to allow you to get the information you need about the status of each of them at a glance. The root window provides some other useful information, including rank numbers and thread IDs, and it provides it to you in a hierarchical menu that you can expand and collapse as needed. I should also mention that information about your current process and thread is also available to you at the top of the process status window, in addition to the root window. This provides you with up-to-date information that you need at a glance. TotalView provides a good deal of flexibility when attaching to processes. You can set up its behavior in the Preferences menu by going into the Parallel tab and indicating your preference when starting up a parallel program. In this example, we have it set to have TotalView ask us what to do when launching a parallel program. Then when the program is run, as the job starts, it gives you a subset attach menu listing all of the processes that are about to be started. At this point, you can select or deselect those processes to which you'd like to attach. And having done so, TotalView then is only operating over those processes that you've selected out of the total that are running. TotalView provides you with process-level control when action points or breakpoints are encountered. You can set the default behavior for this through the Preferences menu. Going to the Action Point tab, you can set exactly the behavior you'd like to take place when an action point is hit. You can set it so the process will stop, or whether the entire group or the entire program will stop. You can also set the barrier point selections in the same way. In addition to this, any single breakpoint can be set to override those defaults in the same way with the same choices at the breakpoint or barrier level. TotalView provides a tool called the message queue graph, which can be very useful in your MPI program debugging. Here's one example. We have a program that would be running like it normally would, and we could take a look at the status of the processes and see that they're running fine. And we can take a look and verify that everything seems to be running fine, except that the program appears not to be running to completion. By looking at the program, we see we don't have any other action points and that all the processes are simply running at this stage of the game. And we want to take a look at the reasons for the hang-up. We do so by just calling up the message queue graph itself, which gives us a graphical representation of each of the processes and their messaging. The Options tab will allow us to take a look a little deeper and select the Cycle Detection tab. Once this is done, we can ask it to detect cycles, and TotalView will automatically select and display graphically the cycles and any number of cycles that it may find in your program, allowing you to see exactly where the hang-ups are. TotalView provides a number of ways to utilize its asynchronous process control. One of these is to set the Go command scope of focus. We can refocus our process pane on another rank simply by selecting on the process at the bottom of the screen. In this case, we've set it to 3, and we can set the scope to 3. In doing so, hitting the Go now advances rank number 3 while the others remain at the breakpoints. Another ability with asynchronous thread control is the idea of holding a process. In this case, we refocus to process 6 and select hold from the process menu, and we do the same for rank 1. Now we put the control back to the group and hit Go, and as you can see, the held ranks are held back and are indicated this way in the root window. So we've seen how you can change the scope of control of a single process by simply selecting it off of the drop-down menu and then using the Go command to act on it accordingly. Another thing you can do is set your own custom set of processes in a custom group. This is in the Group menu. Select Custom Groups, and then you're provided with the ability to provide your own name for the group that you're going to set, and then to go in and select any number of processes from the running processes and indicate them as a custom group. Once you've done this, that name will now appear in the pull-down menu for the Go menu and allow you to utilize that as your scope of control. Well, that's it for a quick look at MPI debugging with TotalView. For more information on what we've discussed here and much more in our documentation, go to our website at www.totalviewtech.com. Thanks for joining us.